And we are going. What's going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to your real raw rugged. And the person I got on the other line right now has some of the best energy that I've had from an interviewee in a minute. This nigga is like it's game day right now. This nigga is hyped. So I'm gonna let this brother introduce himself, man. Who do we have here today?
Yes, sir. It's Cam Edwards at Cam Edwards underscore on social media. I do content this and there, so that's what it is. Happy to be here, man.
Hey man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's a chill day. It's Friday, so I mean, it's a good day to do a little interview and kick it and talk it up.
No, for also I've did a bit of research and I can't find too many interviews of you, like content creator interviews, like you talking about like the
Yeah.
comedy stuff. Have you done a lot of interviews about that?
Honestly, nah. I've been invited to do like podcasts and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't like doing a lot of the long talking. Like I'm really not much of a yapper. I do it when I want, but I actually haven't done a lot of it. So it's just like a rare thing for me. But I mean, you cool people, so
What
so I had to
what made
like
you say yes to the nigga in the bonnet? I appreciate it, but what made you come on here? I appreciate it though.
honestly just the energy, bro. Just the vibe. You seem like you was chill. We just here talking it up, so it's cool. It's my kind of vibe.
I appreciate you, my brother. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because I
sir.
was looking, I was like, I can't really find too many interviews of this nigga. So you saying that make a lot of sense. So I do
Yes, sir.
appreciate you. There's so much I want to talk about, and I'm fresh off of looking at something that I'm going to tell you about. So before we get to the comedy and things you do, I'm not a prop nigga at all, but I did bring something with me. Brought the, brought the
Hey,
good old basketball. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
was just watching one of your skits where you was doing the like when your son's a geek and you like, hey man, the playoffs on. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, you need 2K playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me bring the old basketball because
Oh
if
man.
I'm not mistaken, I would assume this is where it all started. Like basketball seems like that would probably be your first love. Is that correct to say?
Oh man, absolutely. I played basketball since I was like 4 years old. Man, dad was my first coach. We were a basketball family. I played all the way through high school, played D1 in college, a little bit of pro, overseas, G League. So, I mean, that was like the main thing that I thought I was going to be in the league like every other hooper.
Yeah.
I was going to try to, go to the league, have a little, 10-year career or something like that. But obviously that didn't work out. But I played as long as I could. And, I mean, I enjoyed it, bro. So, yeah, that was my first love for real.
So
Still is.
I'm a big sports fan in general, and I had seen your skits and your videos, and then like that tweet went viral where it was like wait, is this the same person? Where they got your G League picture and they got like and they like wait, is this the same nigga? So I was like, wait, is this the same nigga? And then that made me like you even more because I'm like, damn, this nigga athlete, you know what I'm saying? And he doing comedy,
Yeah.
so I thought that was really cool. So kind of just I guess not to go all the way back. I want to start here because this is something that was interesting to me. When you were in college slash even in the G League, were you making content at that time?
Yeah, I was. So it's funny how it happened. Actually, I started making content when I got sent home from being overseas. Cause I was overseas, I got two concussions, and I got sent home.
How'd that happen?
And then at that time, that was when I was like, I've always wanted to make content. So like, this is the time I'm gonna do it. This is like 2020. So I started making content as I'm recovering, and then I got better. And then that's when I joined the G League. I was with the Warriors G League for a little bit, and I was still like kind of doing content. I had like a little bit of a following at that time, but like I was kind of like juggling between the two for a little bit, and then this past year, I'm finally done with hoop, and then I'm just doing the content full time. So there was a period of time, yeah, where I was doing like both of them simultaneously. It was kind of weird. It was a trip. I'd be going to practice and
Yeah.
then like coming home filming skits and all that. It was weird.
Nigga, you must have been balling out of control. You got two concussions playing basketball?
Yeah, bro. I had more than that. I had more in college too. So
Nigga,
I
what the
can't even say
fuck?
how many I
What were
had,
you
bro.
doing, nigga? How you get concussions
Bruh.
playing basketball?
I feel like I got bad luck, bro. It ain't me. I swear, it ain't me,
Yeah,
bro.
this nigga Future got a line where he got a song called Championship Music, and it's like a damn a sports anthem. And then he said I'm out there balling so hard I'm trying to break my ankle, and it feel like you was trying to break your head out there, nigga. You goddamn got a what
Yo,
happened? You what? Give me
nah,
one instance where you got a concussion playing basketball. That's crazy.
dude, it would be literally like wrong place, wrong time. Like one of them when I was overseas was the ball came off the rim
Mhm.
and it hit my teammate. It hit his hand
Mhm.
like super quick, and his hand flung back and hit me, and that's how I got one of my concussions. Like stuff like that. It's like, bruh, Like I feel like that just don't happen to people like that. So I'm like, this ain't for me, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of close. I was about to say when I'm thinking of like a nigga getting a concussion, I'm thinking of like the classic Ron Artest when he elbowed James Harden in the temple, or whatever, like shit like that happening. That
yeah.
is absolutely nuts. So you got two concussions, and that's when you start doing it. So when people on your team, did they know at all that you were making content, or did they even know like you're a funny guy? Like, did people know that about you?
Nah, it was funny because when I got to the G League, the coaches knew. Like some of the coaches had known and they had like seen my content,
Mm,
but some of the players had, some hadn't. And like when the whole team found out, it was crazy because naturally I wasn't like super loud or like I wasn't that funny like in person. I was more shy. Like I feel like I just started getting out of my shell because now
yeah.
everybody knows I do content. So before that, it was like some people knew, some people did it, and they were shocked. They were like, "Bro, you don't even be talking like that. You over here making skits, doing all this and that. Like, that's crazy. I can't even see you doing that." So it was weird.
I'm a similar person in the sense where when I was in school and people was like found my YouTube or whatever, like man, you're quiet, like you don't really talk that much. So like,
Exactly.
did you ever get it? Because like I feel this a lot to this day, where people expect Instagram you, but Instagram you may not be real life you all the time because you might just be kind of on some chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that ever
Yeah.
happen?
Nah. Yeah. All the time. I feel like whenever people meet me, they expect me to be the same way. And I feel like I don't put pressure on myself to do that though. Like I just be if I'm chilling, I'm chilling. I almost like I'll just kind of separate the two. I'm like, hey, that's like a whole persona. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's what I do. Like me is just me. I'm cool. When I'm on camera doing skits and all that, it's a separate thing. Like I do that behind closed doors. It's like work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I look
So
at it.
work
It's
you
like
and personal you. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a version of you. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
versions of us. Like we're as humans, we're like multifaceted. If you only have one version of you, it might be a little scary. You might be like a serial killer
Yeah.
or something. Like a nigga might
Facts.
have multiple bodies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga only act one way, you might be King Von or something. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm
I would
saying.
like
Yeah.
for somebody to have multi layers to them. So yeah, like they see
That's what
on
I'm saying.
Instagram, that's Instagram view. You know what I'm saying? Before a game, you're probably a much different person
Oh
than
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's just we're very multi layered, and yeah, like I said, you being a hooper really intrigued me. So I kind of want to start off with that because
For
I'm just
sure.
doing research about you, and I pulled up one of your scouting reports in college,
Oh
and
snap.
I wanted to read it to just to see if you agree with this or not.
Oh shoot. All right, shoot. Let's hear
So
it.
this is the summary that the guy wrote. Cameron
Oh,
Edwards is an athletic combination forward that can attack the basket to garner scores and rebounds for his team. Although, you know what niggas say, although he finna. You know what I'm saying? Although, he will need to improve his jump shot and focus on the defensive end, but right now, he may be a borderline second round candidate for the NBA draft and could really end up making somebody's summer league roster in 2020. Was that a fair critique of your game?
yeah. That's actually facts. That's very very accurate. I mean, he said it. I was a driver mainly, rebounder, put up good rebound numbers. The shot was cool. I feel like I'm a better shooter than what I showed in college. I feel like every hooper
Mm.
gonna say that though. They gonna say I can shoot, but you know what I'm saying, you ain't making them. But I feel like yeah, I was a better shooter than what I actually did. But yeah, I feel like I could have snuck in the second round or been on the summer league team like he said. But that was the COVID year when I first graduated. COVID had just started, so like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't even have summer league that year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams wasn't even having workouts after the or like the pre-draft workouts. So like really got a lot of opportunities cut for me. Again, I sound like that dude, man. If it wasn't
Yeah.
COVID, I would have, you know what I'm saying. But that was the reality. So nah, that's an accurate scouting report.
So
I respect.
I wanted to talk about Kobe year because I seen that was the year you graduated, but I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Oh,
You put my boy on a poster, man.
oh snap!
You put my
Who
white
do
boy on a
that?
poster, bro. You put Corey Kispert on a poster,
Oh,
bro. You put Corey Kispert on a nasty poster, dog.
oh snap!
That was a really good dunk, by the way. First of all, I just want that was a really good dunk, but he ain't deserve that, man. He ain't deserve that, man. He deserved that, man. Have you?
That was
Would you say you're like was that like a part of your game? Because like the house that I seen you, you were a attack the basket guy. Like you didn't seem to be afraid to try to go up on a nigga.
Yeah, that's probably why I got so many concussions too, bro. I was always trying to drive on dudes. Like I always played real aggressive, and yeah, thankfully I got some good little highlights of me dunking on people too. I wish I'd have done some more, but That was probably one of the best ones. Probably one of the best ones of my career. I actually got it framed. I got a picture of it framed above my bed too. They put it like in my little senior night picture. They got the jersey and then a picture of that. So definitely always gonna remember that one.
I mean, that's a good one because you can say, hey, I done somebody in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, in the
Yeah,
NBA right now. So that is cool. I was looking through your highlights at Pepperdine. You was balling. You were definitely your senior year. That's when you averaged the most points, if I'm not mistaken. I think
yeah.
it was like 16.4 points a game. Um, you really did your thing that senior year, which kind of drives me to the question of reading that. He said he could be a second round draft pick. Leaving Pepperdine, did you was that a thought in your mind that I could go second round, or were you thinking I'm going to be undrafted? What were you thinking going in the draft?
Yeah, that was the plan. It's like I'm gonna try to sneak my way into the second round for sure. But like I said, it was like COVID happened. A lot of teams were doing way less workouts. So if you were a guy like me, like you didn't get invited to the pre-draft workout, so they was just inviting the select dudes that they knew they was probably gonna draft.
Got
So I mean, I got a lot less of an opportunity. I had two interviews on Zoom, just like at the crib. I think it was the Magic and the Spurs. I interviewed with them on Zoom, and then that was it. Other than that, I just had the overseas option, which I had to do. But I feel like in a normal world, I feel like I would have probably tried to sneak my way into that draft, man. I would like to think I would have.
So I need to present this hot take to you because I haven't actually presented it to somebody who's had league opportunities or been in the league. So I'm actually very curious of what you have to say about this. Once again, I'm a very big sports fan, and if we're comparing it to the NFL, I feel like the NBA don't give niggas a chance to fail. Meaning, I feel like you look at the NFL, it be niggas that are undrafted, seventh round draft picks, they be balling. I feel like the NBA, if you get drafted like late second round, unless you were just like Jokic or like some exception, you're probably not gonna get a chance. And I feel like they don't really give people that chance to even be I or you know what I'm saying? It's like you in the G League, you ball in the G League, cool. You're not finna get a chance to ball in like the NBA or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if you agree with that take or not because like the person that comes to my brain, I think Kenny Lofton Jr. is somebody who can actually do like you telling me he can't do nothing. He can't make nobody roster and just fill a spot. So I'm curious of what you feel about that because it just seems like it's politics and just a bit unfair compared to like the NFL.
Nah, that's facts, and that's something that as Hoopers like we talk about. Even like dudes in the G League, like we be having those conversations as to like why that is. And I feel like we don't even know. Like, yeah, it's politics. I feel like that's every sport though. It's gonna have politics, but it could be. I mean, NBA there's only 2 rounds of the draft. Every other sport there's way more, so maybe more opportunities, more jobs. I don't know, but that's the thing where it's like guys like Kenny Lofton, like there's so many dudes that's in the G League overseas that like could be getting a chance over other dudes that are in there. So is it politics? Is it something else? I feel like it could be a combination of things, and like we don't really know. I feel like that's something we be talking about too.
It's weird, bro, because like I'll see somebody and I'm like, you telling me he can't just make like he couldn't be like a bench warmer on the team? Like you telling me it's nobody he could take the spot? Like, because
Yeah.
we've all seen NBA players and we're like, yeah, he's probably not really cutting it, but he make the team again. It's like, what is this? So like somebody like you or somebody like Kenny Lofton or somebody like who's another G League player you think probably could make a team?
Shoot, it's so many, bro. I'll probably say even like my little bro, he
Yeah,
just got a 2-way. I feel like it's a team where he could for sure be have on a regular contract.
he
So
was
that's
just on the
just
Kings, right?
yeah, he was just on the Kings. Now he's gonna be with the Mavs on a 2-way.
That's my point. It's like the two-way thing, bro. You nigga, you got to be damn near Kobe out there to make yourself out to make, get your ass out the two league because I mean at the two-way because it's like it's almost designed to the point where it's like yeah you're just gonna stay in this contract. You're not really gonna elevate. And I don't know. I feel like if I was the person running the team, it's like at least give these people a chance to fail. And that's why hey, I'm not gonna lie, not to toot my own team horn, but if there's one team in the league that give people a chance to fail, it's the Heat. The Heat will put anybody out there. The Heat will put. You're like, bro. I see that nigga wearing like Costco's yesterday. He played like they will put anybody out there, which is why a lot of those people, like for example, Kendrick Nunn, is not in the league anymore. Like he was great for the Heat. He went to another team, didn't really play. Went to the Washington Wizards, didn't really play.
Yeah,
Gabe Vincent was great for us, although he was hurt last year. It's looking very washed. You know what I'm saying? So I do
yeah.
give them credit for letting like G League players do their thing or whatnot. But yeah, so when you were in the G League, did you have that thought like I can possibly move up, or did you have like a thought in the back here like this might be like where it stops at?
I definitely knew I needed to get better. Like I didn't feel like, oh, I'm like league ready right now. But I felt like if I would have kept putting work in and like being continued to get minutes and all that and given the right opportunities, I feel like I could have worked my way in. And that's the thing for me where it's like it's kind of the same thing. Like I feel like I could have been playing. I feel like I could have got more minutes than I did, but it's just, it's politics. It is favors being done. It's all type of things going on. So a lot of it is out of your control. But it's like with the Heat, it's like when you do get an opportunity, what do you do with it? So if there are players out there that get an opportunity, it's like you got to be ready for that. But not everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying?
So like you being, bro, I know how athletes are, and you're saying like you're kind of full time just doing the content. How hard is it to just let it go, let basketball go? How hard of a decision is that?
Honestly, it's for me.
Because you're
It
still
was
young
easier.
too, by the way. I just want you still like a
Yeah,
young person, you know?
yeah. I'm gonna just speak from my own experience, just because I feel like it, I had another option. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of dudes don't,
Mm,
and I've had those conversations too, where it's like we've talked about, hey, if you wasn't hooping, like what would you be doing? A lot of dudes don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I already knew, like, oh, I want to do content. I want to do like acting, voice acting. Like I already had things I wanted to do,
yeah,
and that they was already in motion too. Like I already was making money off. I was making more money off of content than I was off the G League money.
it's crazy.
So I was already, I was making more money off of the brand deals and all that than I was from hooping. So I'm like, okay, when that ended, I was already like, I was low key good, and then that's when I really blew up and started going crazy. So for me, it was easier, but I feel like if it wasn't for that, it would have been real hard because I mean that's your life.
Yeah.
That's what you've been doing every single day since you were 4 or 5 years old. So I mean, it could definitely be tough. I could see a world where if I wasn't doing this or I didn't know what I was going to do next, like I'd probably still be down bad right now, just figuring it out. Especially because you're young and
Yeah.
like I'm still in decent shape. Whenever I go hoop, people still ask me, "Oh, you playing pro? Where you playing next year?" I'm like, "Bro." So it still does hurt, but it's a tough thing. So you got to have other things in motion, hopefully.
Bro, it's like one of the saddest videos I've ever seen. This isn't funny, but this is actually sad. There's a video of Greg Oden getting approached by like this old white woman.
I seen, yeah, I know, I
She's like,
seen
"You
that,
look
bro.
like you play basketball," and like, bro, he's a number one draft pick, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just, that still just got hurt a little bit because it's like that's like a big what if. You know what I'm saying? You just
Yeah,
never know. Bro, he got drafted over KD. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sad ass video, man. So, but like you said,
it's
good for you. You had
yeah,
something to
yeah,
fall back on.
yeah.
And well, before we get too far, I do want to go back to COVID year, like I was saying. That was so fascinating to me because obviously nobody could prepare for what was going to happen. So you being within that, how was COVID year basketball wise? Like how was that?
It was funny because when the COVID thing first started coming out, we were in our conference tournament, so like the last games of the season, and we were hearing about like, oh, there's this thing going around, whatever, whatever. We didn't think it was all that serious, whatever, like that. Finished the conference tournament, and then we were supposed to do like a postseason tournament, like a NIT or like
Hmm.
the CBI or something like that. We were supposed to be in it, and then we started seeing that it might get canceled. So we were like, oh, this is low key like serious. If they're talking about canceling this, and then we saw the NBA at the same time was like talking about canceling games. And when we heard that, we were like, oh, yeah, if the NBA is going to cancel games, it's over with. So they canceled our postseason tournament. NBA started canceling games, and then they just straight up sent us home. Season's over, like school done, all that. So it's like, it's really serious. I feel like like it just gradually became more and more serious. Like at first
Yeah.
it was like, it's whatever. This is probably not even real. And it's like, okay, it's kind of serious. Then they start shutting school down, shutting
Hmm.
hoop down, shutting everything down. Then I was like, dang. And obviously life changed for everybody. So it was it was just a crazy time, you know.
Was that a wait? Was there a March Madness tournament the year at all?
I,
Cause you remember that March Madness tournament where like Jalen Suggs was playing and like he hit that like game winning shot. It was like nobody there. Was that 2021 or 2020? When was that?
dang, I don't remember, bro. I don't remember if they did one right after the COVID. I don't remember, bro. I couldn't even tell
But
you.
y'all didn't play in the NIT or anything.
No, canceled.
So that
We were supposed to
completely got
play in
canceled.
I think it was a CBI we were supposed to play and they canceled it, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And like you
Send us
said,
home, man.
and like you said, that really could like that could have affected like the trajectory of your career. Cause like
That's what I'm
people
saying.
people make their names in tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people
Facts.
like I remember watching Carson Edwards play in like the March Madness tournament, and like, bro probably got drafted because of that, because he went crazy that tournament. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that and like you said, even after that with the pre-draft stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that is super interesting. During that time of 2020, where we're not doing anything, everybody kind of at home, are you thinking of like another thing to do, rather if it's content, or where's your brain at, rather like like what's next?
Yeah. Nah, at that point I was still locked in on hoop, bro. I
Okay.
was still like determined to like get to the league. So I was at home, me and my little bro were at home. We was working out. We'd wake up, work out in the garage, hit some weights, do ball handling. Like we had a basketball hoop in the backyard. We was just straight hood workouts, bro. Just getting it in. So we was just doing that every day, like trying to be ready for whatever the situation was. And then that's when I went overseas eventually. But yeah, I was still at that time just all hoop locked in. It wasn't until I got hurt overseas that's when I was kind of like, all right, like let me like figure something else out because they had told me like after my second concussion I would take like 6 to 8 months to recover. They told me that, so that's when I was like, all right, it's a good time to like start doing content or start figuring something else out.
Was it like how do I put this? What made you go that route? Was it like, hey, I think I'm funny, or like did you
Yeah.
see somebody that wasn't funny? You was like, I can do this. Like, what exactly like sparked that?
Bro, it was two things. So first was in college I took acting classes. I took like a couple of acting classes, and the professor who had been on TV, been in movies and all that, he was like, "Hey man, like you got a personality. Like you're natural at this stuff. Like it's fun watching you do this, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, cool." Like I still like basketball, but
Yeah,
like maybe when that's over, I'll look at it when
yeah.
I'm 30 or something like that. And then the second thing was I seen like during COVID, I seen like Addison Ray and like all them all them like TikTok dancers and people like that going crazy, making money like just from putting their camera out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let me try to mix the two. Like obviously you could put your camera out and make money. I want to show my personality, like be in front of the camera, similar to what I would do if I were acting. So then I was like, let me just like do skits or something like that.
Yeah.
So I started doing them and posting them, and eventually, started doing well.
You know, it's funny. I got this written in my phone. I was gonna ask you about acting, and I mean this in the most complimentary way I can put it. But when I look at you, you look like a light skinned nigga that'd be in a movie. Like you look like seven light skinned niggas that be in movies. Like what's that? It's the one light skinned nigga in the show, 101. You look like that nigga a little bit. Forget his name, but you kind of look. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro,
Hold on. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna pull him up. Hold on. What's the light skinned nigga in
yo,
101? Hold on.
oh
101
man,
TV show. Here we go, right here.
yeah, I gotta
Uh,
see this, bro.
what's this nigga name? This nigga right here, bro. Tell me, bro,
No
you
way,
look just
bro.
like this nigga, dog, bro. You like this nigga right here, bro.
Bro, who is that? Yo, that's bro in them.
Yeah, this. Fucking, what's his real name?
Wow,
Fucking Robert Richard, man. That's your long lost brother,
bro,
man.
that's hilarious.
That's funny. So, but no, acting does interest you though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I've been taking acting classes actually, and it's honestly it's a whole different world, bro, than just creating content. Like people would say, they see my videos and be like, "Oh, you need to do acting, bro," or "You need to like do voice acting," but it's a whole different world. There's so much that goes into that, bro. It's fun too, but like I feel like it's just different, man.
I,
So I don't know.
but we are living in an era where people that are like noted as like Instagram comedians are being in like big movies. Like I've seen like Drewski, he was like in a
Yeah,
Peacock movie. I mean, of course, somebody like DC Young Fly is all over the place right now. So like, I do think like that, like, if it was I don't know 2011, somebody being from like a internet comedian being in a movie, that's like unheard of. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
now that is like a real like option for people like you or
yeah,
whatever. So I do think that's cool that you could flip that just from being on Instagram to like, man, I'm on Instagram and TikTok, but now I'm like in the movies. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
do you have ideas of what characters you would want to play? Like, would you play like a dramatic role, or are these all just comedy roles in your head? Like, what would you want to do?
Nah, I want to do everything, bro. Definitely drama, comedy, shoot, romance. I'll be in there. Shoot, I'm with whatever, bro. And that's what kind of what I mean with like the acting thing. It's like it's different than just like okay, I put out a camera and I do what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
I feel like acting is like you're always out of your comfort zone. It's going to challenge you every single day. It's something new that's challenging you to think about. So I feel like I mean, I'm with whatever when it comes to that.
Are you actively taking classes right now?
Yeah, yeah. Currently taking classes every Friday, bro.
Oh, my boy is
Every
serious.
Friday.
My boy is
Yeah,
serious. Friday, today
locked
Friday.
in, man.
You going today or you went today or?
They're not having it today, but I'll be there next week, man.
Got you. What y'all boys did
Yes,
last
sir.
class? Like what do y'all do in an acting class?
Yeah, so the class that I'm in is there's different types of classes you can take, but I'm in a scene study class. So basically, you have a partner and you pick a scene and you basically work on that scene for like several weeks. So we meet up every week, we rehearse, work on different things in the scene, and then we go to class, present it in front of, or what's it called, perform it
Yeah.
in front of the class. And then the teacher just corrects us and helps us out and helps to strengthen our scene.
You can't come BSing when it come to acting, man.
Nah,
I,
bro.
I went to an art school, and initially I wanted to go to be an actor, and the bro I was not prepared. I didn't know like the auditions was this day. They was like you gotta have a monologue ready, and nigga I didn't even know what a monologue was. When they told me that, bro. I came in there just said some BS, and then I didn't know they was gonna hit me with this. It was like, all right, we're gonna do some improv. It was like your dog is right there next to you. Have a conversation with your dog. Nigga, I've never had a pet a day in my life. When I mean, I was just so unprepared. Like I was not
No.
expecting this. Nigga, I got on the ground and started rolling around with the dog. And they told my black ass go home. Like, I did not get accepted. So
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
I know that like you can't come in there because because think about it, you go to your class, it's people that's really dope. They practicing every single day. Imagine you ain't practicing, you playing around. It's gonna show because you might go after somebody who just killed it, and they like, all right, Cam's next, and you like, boy, I ain't gonna be that good. You know what I'm saying? So have you had that, or are you coming super prepared every time?
Man, that's the thing. Like, out of fear of that happening, I'd be prepared every time because, like, I don't want to come in there. And then also, like, some of the people, they've seen my videos. So they know me from my content. So I come in there and they're like, I feel like I have to have a chip on my shoulder because they're probably like, oh, this guy, he thinks, well, because he does little skits, he thinks he can come in and act. So I can't be coming in there and just be, you know what I mean, unprepared. Like I feel like I take it extra serious because of that too. I feel like I got something I gotta prove. Like I can really do this. So,
I know it's somebody messy in there. Let you mess up one day, they gonna go to Twitter. Y'all know Cam Edwards.
bro,
Boy, let me tell y'all, somebody.
that's what I'm saying.
So no, I do think that's cool. And like honestly, looking at your videos, not that you're doing like a ton of like just like dramatic acting, but I could tell like you doing a good job in these videos. Like the roles that you're playing, rather if it's the guy that wants everybody to know you got two phones, or you know what I'm saying, like all of these roles you're playing, you play them well enough for me to be convinced if I didn't know it was a comedy skit. Oh, that's him in real life. Like this definitely a nigga with two phones. You know what I'm saying? Or this definitely a nigga. One of my favorite ones was the the like how people expect you to react when you're playing loud music and you were like you put up on the females or whatnot. Like that's super duper funny to me. So if I didn't know any better, I would be like, oh, this is just an extension of himself. So I do think you're doing a good job playing these characters. So hey man, keep
Hey
going. You're
man,
doing a really good job.
appreciate
You're
that,
doing a
bro. That
really
means
good
a
job.
lot, bro. For
For
real,
sure, for
appreciate
sure.
it.
And it's funny because I went like far down, like on your page, just like looking at
Oh
skits,
man,
and I could see the evolution, which I think is beautiful. Because imagine if you was still at the same level as you was 3 years ago doing these skits, or 2 years ago. It's like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get better. It's like Drewski. Like I feel like I watched a Drewski skit from a long time ago, and I could see him like, man, he's really hitting on all cylinders right now. So
yeah.
yeah, I really do. I see the evolution, and yeah, man. I'm super. I don't even know you, nigga, but I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Hey, my
I'm
God,
proud of you, man. Um,
appreciate that, bro.
what would you say the next level is? Because Instagram and TikTok really can feed a nigga family. You know what I'm saying? But is it TV? Is it movies? Is it modeling? Like exactly where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure that out every day. To be honest, bro. I did the streaming for like 2 weeks, bro. I don't think it's for me.
What happened? What
That's a
happened?
whole different, bro. It's just like that. You got to be on there for so long, bro. Like I'm used to. Okay, 1 minute I
Yeah.
do a little video, I'm out. And now I got to sit in front of my TV or my PC for 3, 4, 5, 8 hours. Nah, I'm not saying I wouldn't, still give it a try, but I feel like I had to take a break. It's a lot, but I feel like just some type of long form content, bro. Like whether it's YouTube, like you see Drewski doing the show now, that could have been show, actual TV shows or acting. Like I feel like I'm open to any of that. So whatever kind of I feel like is the best route for me, I'm gonna do. I've also been doing the acting stuff a little bit, but I don't know, bro. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see.
I'm gonna ask you a question that people ask me, and I hate when people ask me this question, but I'm asking it to you. So
Yeah.
I hate this question though. What would be your advice for somebody to grow their platform? I say I hate that question because it's like, nigga, I don't know. Like, I'm like, because like, I feel like it's unique for everybody. It's like, I don't know how to tell you to grow your platform, but that's why I say I hate the question. But maybe you can answer it better than I can.
Yeah. Nah, that's real. It is. I feel like it is different for everybody. Um, I feel like the main thing is to be original. I feel like a lot of people they come in and they try to be like somebody else. Like you try to be the next Drewski, you try to be the next Kai Cenat, whatever. It's like you gotta present content the most organic way to you. Because the more different it is, like that's the reason people are gonna watch you, bro. Like everybody else is already doing something else. Everybody else is already doing like me. They're trying to put voices in their videos, do it like if you have something else that you're doing, like don't be afraid to do that because that's what's gonna separate you. Consistency. I feel like people aren't consistent enough, bro. It's like you said, like the growth takes time, bro. It took years to make videos the way I'm making them now. If I would have just given up the first few months in, then I would never got here. Um, so I think that just being organic, consistency. I feel like those are the main two things, bro. Not being afraid. Like people, they're afraid of what people are gonna think, or they're just afraid to fail, whatever that even means. But I feel like when it comes to content, like there's no reason you shouldn't because there's no upfront investment. Like
Yeah.
you can pull your phone out, make content, and make millions. Like there's no real other professions where you could really do that. So it's like you have nothing to lose, bro. So honestly, just for that simple fact, just you should just go.
That's
That's what I would tell people.
being original is literally like the only thing I can say to people. That's like my literally only answer because if we look at like people on Instagram, if you think about like Desi Banks, like he has things that he is known for. Like he does like right now he's doing like the white Air Forces, black Air Forces thing. Drewski is known for a bunch of stuff. He's trademarked for like he does like little frat boy stuff, the Kyle Roger stuff. You which is like you have it's like rap. I say this with like people who like there's people who say bars where I'm like, bro, how didn't I think of that? You coming up with the how people expect you to be like, it's like, damn, that's so simple, but it's so good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're known for. It's like it's like your trademark. And it's like people
Yeah,
coming in not having their own, it's like, bro, you can't do somebody else's trade. It's already trademarked. You know what I'm saying? That's their thing. You are
yeah,
known for your thing. Somebody else known for the other thing. So you got to figure out what's your thing. You know what I'm saying? And you found your thing.
yeah. And you only gonna find it if you're being original though, because like we all had to find it in our own way. Like it took time to find it. Shoot, I was making content what 4 years before I started making the expect us to react. So it's like if I was trying to copy other people, I never would have got that.
One of my favorite comments on like when you like rarely do post like basketball clips is like somebody be like how people expect you to react when they find out like you play basketball or whatever. That is really funny. But yeah, no, you were killing it, man. I think the first one that I seen of yours, and I was like, this is funny, is the one where you was like people who like, how was like people that be desperate for attention. That was the first one I seen. I was like, okay, this is funny. This is really
Oh
really funny.
man.
Would you say like your skits are birthed from like almost like reality, like people that you've met, things that you've seen, or you just have a creative imagination? Where do you think most of your skits birth from?
Yeah, definitely from experience for sure. I started off doing like all sports videos for like probably the first year of
Hmm.
me creating content. And that was literally just all stuff I experienced with coaches, other teammates, stuff like that. So even up to now, like every skit I make is probably somebody that I know, and people be texting me like, "Is that about me, bro? Like you talking about me?" Every time I drop a skit, like even my girl, I'll be making skits about her, like
That's
making fun of
funny.
her. She'll hit me, so it's pretty much all experience. Or even if I see something that's like simple, like an everyday thing, I kind of just try to find ways to be like, how could I make that funny? Like, okay, somebody's drinking coffee. Like, how could I make that funny? Oh, how they expect us to react when they drink. Like, just finding ways to make everyday, just mundane things funny too. I feel like it's creative.
But that's the genius right there, because like I said, when I said the like people expect to react, it's such a simple thing, but the simple things are the funniest things, because
Yeah,
when people try to do too much, you could tell it's like, all right, you put way, like it was right there, you went all across the globe to get to it, you know what I'm saying? So like the you saying is like finding humor in coffee. Everybody
yeah,
knows what coffee is. Most people have tasted coffee. They'll be able to relate
yeah,
to it. So it's like to stick to the basic things that we all know. Sports. Everybody watches sport. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's the part where you should never like lose that, because that is the stuff
yeah.
that everybody will relate to, and that's the funny stuff, just the everyday funny stuff that we see every day. You know what I'm saying? So
And there's so many ideas you could take with that. Like, you might just see it as coffee, but it's like if you really try to be creative, there's so many ideas you could come up with that could be engaging, bro. So it's fun.
do you ever find yourself having like writer's block at all?
Yeah, yeah, I have for sure. Not as bad as I feel like I thought I would, but there's definitely days where it's like hard to come up with ideas, or like maybe even like a week where it's like, dang, I'm not in that space. But I feel like, not to get deep, but I feel like it always is tied into something. Like, maybe I'm more stressed out this week, so I'm not as creative as I would be, or like there's something else going on that's taking my attention, or
Yeah.
like creativity. I really I don't know. I feel like you got to be in tune with it. Not to be deep and stuff like that, but like I feel like you do got to be in tune with it. So there's been times where I haven't been as creative or whatever, but not as much as I would have thought.
When you do experience that, how do you get your creative juices flowing?
I feel like, for one, I like to take a break. Like, it's okay if I don't create content one day, or like I don't try to force it. Like, I have sessions where I'll sit down and try to come up with content
Yeah.
ideas. Some days I just don't have any, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm not gonna sit here all day
Yeah.
and just not come up with ideas. Like, I'm gonna let them come to me. So that, just taking care of mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like, meditating, whatever I got to do to get back into that creative zone. I feel like those are good things for me.
I was waiting to say this towards the end of the interview because I didn't want you to be self conscious about this. But I could tell you played basketball in a D1 level and been interviewed, because you answer questions like a nigga at a press conference. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you answer, you like you shake your head. Yeah, 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 yeah. So coach told me to go out there and just fight the hardest. Like you do this. Like, you like, so like, what's the most important things about defense? You just like, you literally, you're a basketball ass nigga. I could tell, like, the basketball really is life for you. Like, 100%. You can't shake that out of you. You know.
Nah, bro, I can't deny that. I can't deny it.
But that's something that really, like, I feel like makes you more relatable, because the people love sports. You know what I'm saying? So to see you an athlete or whatnot, that is super cool. And something I did want to ask you about sports: who were you listening to, like, before the game, to put you in the mode, or are you a music guy at all, listening to music before the game?
Yeah, big music guy, man. I would listen to. I'd probably say mainly Future.
Mm.
Future was for sure probably the first one on the playlist. Probably Young Boy. Um,
You
who's a
play
probably
like a nigga that listen to YoungBoy. Like, you dunking on niggas that like a nigga that listen to YoungBoy. That
I be
makes sense.
crashing out, bro. I be crashing
You
out.
must have been listening to YoungBoy when you dunked on Kispert, for sure.
Yeah, I had to be listening to it before that game.
That's funny.
But yeah, honestly, I heard this. Kobe said this, and I started doing it like towards the end of my career. He said, "I listen to what I feel like I need." So there's some games I'm like tired or something. Like, I'm like, dang, I don't really feel like playing tonight. Then I'll listen to something like it's crazy to pump me up, shoot, heavy metal, anything I need to like get me ready. Or if there's a game where I'm like super nervous, then I might listen to like some oldies, like slow jams, something like that. So I started to do that towards the end of my career. I feel like it was good for me.
What about that's interesting about the slow jams, oldies. What about that eased your nerves exactly, you think?
I feel like just the overall vibe. Like, I feel like, because music does put me in a vibe. Like, if I'm trying to go crazy, I'm about to go lift or something like that, listening to something upbeat is gonna get me there. Or if I'm trying to like calm down, something more mellow, something slower, lower tune, like not a lot of yelling, like that's gonna calm me down to be like, okay, we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Well, fast forward to now, what do you listen to?
Shoot, everything, bro. I literally listen to everything, country, everything. Mostly hip hop, R&B, but like I listen, I dabble with everything.
Yo, R&B album of the year might have just dropped today.
Really,
Hey
who that
man,
is?
Tyrese might have just dropped R&B album of the year, man.
No way.
He's going through it on this album, man.
Does he got the bedroom bangers or what he got on there?
He got one song called "Bedroom Bully" where he is in that bag for sure. But nah, this album, I said to myself, there needs to be a warning attached to this album, like, hey, this may cause depression. This nigga here sad as hell. He's in that, like, when he was crying, like, what more do you want from me? He's in that bag on this album. The intro, he just started off like 20,000 is too much for child support. Like I'm
gonna have to tap.
He said 20,000 too much for child support. That ain't going to the kid. You know who that money for? And I was like, well, he going through it right now. So that might be R&B album of the year right there. Shoot. But I know you a Cali guy. So any Cali artists you listening to right now? I seen you just posted Schoolboy Q in your story. Who else you listening to out there in Cali, if anybody?
Yeah, I've been heavy on the Blue Bucks Clan.
They're great.
Sure.
They're great.
Yeah, they go crazy. Every time they drop, I go crazy. Mozzie. I'm big on Mozzie. Who else, man? Those are like probably the main ones, to be honest.
Who won the beef? Kendrick or Drake?
I think Kendrick won the beef, but I'm still a Drake fan.
Oh, you think you're a Drake guy?
I'm a Drake guy, yeah, but I think Kendrick for sure won the beef.
Okay, so going into it, what were your thoughts? Were you like, Drake got this, Kendrick got this, I don't know who got this? Before it really heated up, who did you think was going to win?
Bro, going in, I thought it was going to be like the Drake and Meek thing. I was like, okay, Kendrick, whenever he drops something, I was like, all right, Drake's going to, he might drop 3 in a row and just go crazy and end it all. But then as time went on, it's like, okay, Kendrick come with something else, he come with something else, not like us. I'm like, oh, okay, shoot. I'm like, this ain't how I thought it was going to go. And then at a certain point, it's like, everybody on Twitter is, going crazy, siding with him. I'm like, yeah, I feel like he probably took an L, but
it is crazy to listen to They Not Like Us. That's really just like a knife in the. That's just like you just like ending it. It was like overkill. It's like, all right, bro. It's like this is too much. I seen something recently saying that Drake might be like gearing up for round 2, and I was just stop it, bro. I don't think this is gonna go good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like game over at this point. It's like him trying to say he's going for round 2. It feels like he's trying to forge a game 8. And it's like, bro, it's you might need to just give that one up, brother.
Yeah.
But another question. Speaking of music, the video, which one of my this might be, if it's not that video, my favorite video might be how people be on FaceTime like they're doing like a million things or whatnot. So one little thing you had going on there, you had like a professional mic setup. I don't know if that's for the voiceovers or you and your Blue Bucks Clan baggage. You rapping? What's going on?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shoot, I might have an album dropping in 2025.
Okay, there we go. Hey, I seen that setup. I was like, I don't think that nigga's doing voiceovers on this. He got a pop filter in there. I was like, this nigga here must be rapping. So you rap a little bit? I
haven't actually made any music, bro, but like I want to. That's something I do want to dabble in for sure. Album coming 2025. We'll cook something up.
So as somebody who hasn't recorded that many songs and not rapping too much, how would you? It's hard to say that because you don't really know your sound. But if you had to compare what you think your sound would be to like another artist, how would you like NBA? Like who is your game like? Like who would you say your sound would probably be most similar to?
I feel like anything I say is gonna sound crazy.
I'm so interested. I will say this. So hopefully you don't say this, nigga, because you know who everybody sounds like. Definitely, but I heard like 7 NBA niggas rap and they all sound like this nigga. I hope it's not Lil Durk. I feel like everybody get in a booth and just start singing with a bunch of auto tune like Lil Durk, and it's like, once again, kind of like the originality thing. It's like, bro, he got that trademark. Trademark your thing. So would you be in your Lil Durk bag or somebody else?
Nah, somebody else, bro. Honestly, just because you said that, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna have a whole different sound. Ain't nobody ever heard what I'm finna drop. That's what I'm gonna say, bro. You ain't heard it. There's nobody to compare it to, bro.
All right. I want to hear this now. I need a song. Do you have a song recorded that just never been released that you just like? That's a pretty cool song, but it's just something for your personal listen.
I ain't got nothing. I'm gonna have something, bro. Soon, I'm gonna have something.
Rhyme something with basketball.
Basketball?
Rap basketball.
You said rhyme something with basketball?
Basketball.
Yeah, the music thing, I don't know if it's for me, bro.
Basketball. You piss Cam off, he turned to the maddest dog.
Oh, we gotta get you on the track.
No, 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 no. You keep it going, keep it going. You gotta keep it going, keep it going. We piss
On the spot.
basketball. We piss Cam off, he turned to the maddest dog.
I only talk if it's cash
Woo!
involved. You feel me? You feel
Come
me?
on, there you go, there you go,
You know what I'm
there you
saying?
go, there you go, there you go.
And that's
right
the light
there.
though. Like it's Friday, we just chilling too.
You
Like,
know, I'm only talking
you
to
know
the
what I'm
cash
saying?
involved. Are you a freestyler?
I can, yeah. I feel like that's something I gotta like be in my bag. Like if I freestyle, when I was on stream those 2 weeks, I was freestyling every single stream, and like I was getting it. I was like in my bag. But if I don't freestyle for a while, then it's like I don't got
When
it.
were you streaming?
That was like my last stream was probably like 2 months ago, something like that.
I was following. I missed that. I did not know you were streaming.
Yeah. I feel like it was under the rug,
I was
bro.
saying this nigga was streaming in secrecy, man. I didn't even know you was
Yeah,
streaming, man.
it was under the table.
But I feel because like I look at somebody like Kai Cenat, that nigga be doing like 36-hour streams, and it's like it's like this is actually insane. Like I don't, this is wild. So I understand you being like, you know what, that's probably not for me. You know what I'm saying? That's a little too long for him. So
Yeah, nah, they say streaming is simple but hard, man. It's simple. Everybody know what to do, like the hours you got to put in and like what you got to do to get clips and all that, but it's tough to actually do it, man. Not everybody's built.
for sure. Hey, I appreciate you coming through. But before I let you go, I do want to end it off on a basketball note.
Sorry.
Just kind of like current NBA. Who do you like? Just like players that you like watching on, just like some technical basketball. Like I could watch him play all day.
Yeah, I would say man, first of all, the Olympics was like
Crazy,
basketball fans' dream to watch, bro.
crazy.
I'll say LeBron, growing up, he's always been my favorite player. Just because of his versatility, everything he could do, passing, scoring, athleticism, all that.
You're
Anthony
the
Edwards,
hold. Tip
man.
of this talking about. I literally been saying this. You might be the first basketball nigga I ever heard somebody say LeBron's their favorite player.
For
Nobody
real?
ever think about how many people say Paul George, like in kind of our age group, or like KD now, like a bunch of people
Yeah.
like that. I feel like nobody says LeBron because what he does isn't really realistic for anybody else. Just because of he's like a freak of nature, you can't aspire to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because just
Yeah.
like you can aspire to be like Kobe, just on a skill level, but just like LeBron's like the way he's built, like it's just that's not how that's going to work. So you saying LeBron is super interesting. So interesting.
Yeah, bro. Rare breed, man. We might not see anything like him for a long time,
Yeah,
bro.
interesting.
But I feel like
Interesting.
the league is in good hands, bro. A lot of young dudes. I mean, shoot, Embiid coming in, Anthony Edwards, Tatum, all those young guys. I'll probably say Anthony Edwards is one of my favorites. D Book, Kyrie. Man, I could watch Kyrie highlights all day long, bro.
My favorite
Those
player.
are probably some of my favorites.
My
Yeah.
favorite player, man.
Dude, insane.
There's a video of Chad Ochocinco watching Devontae Adams run routes, and Chad Ochocinco starts crying because he's like, "This is the most beautifulest thing I've ever seen in my life." That's how I feel when I watch Kyrie. I'm like, bro, this is how basketball's
Nah.
supposed to be played. Like, this is beautiful, bro. It's a tearjerker right here. Like, he's
Dude.
nuts watching him play basketball. Shout out to him. Have you played? How many people have you played against in the league right now?
Not a ton, honestly. Played against like a couple in high school. Like I know the Ball brothers, they were in our league, so we played them a lot in high school. College, not too many. Some Gonzaga dudes like Corey Kispert, dudes like that. Yeah, not too many. Just here and there. No like superstars, nothing crazy.
Jalen Suggs wasn't on that team, was he?
Nah.
I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think he was on that team. That was like Drew Timmy and him. Drew Timmy and
Yeah.
and Corey Kispert. Corey Kispert. That's cool.
I will say, like, we did have like pro runs during the summer. Like pros would come hoop with us. Harden, Russell Westbrook, JaVale McGee, like certain dudes like that, and like those are like humbling moments for sure. Man. I've heard people talk about that on podcasts. Like, well, what was the moment you knew you wasn't going to the league or something like that? Like moments like that. Like I remember Russell Westbrook, bro. I was guarding him, and I'm confident. I'm like, nah, he ain't gonna get by me, bro. I swear, I blinked. Bro was at the rim. bro, it was like, bro, I felt like it was magic, bro. I was like,
That's
dude, you just
funny.
nah, bro. I was like, nah, there's no
Wait,
way.
I kind of
I
want
don't
to
know.
touch on that because going into like a pro run, what are you thinking? Like, well, I'm finna show out, or are you a little nervous going into? What are your thoughts going into like just a pro scrimmage? Like, are you hype? Are you
Yeah.
nervous? Are you like, what are you thinking?
Shoot, I feel like it depends on the player. For me, I was young too. This was like my freshman year, sophomore year of college, so I was nervous, bro. I was nervous as hell. I was like, I just don't want to get embarrassed, bro. Like I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna just do what I do. Just like I just don't want to get cooked. You know what I'm saying? So the time when Harden came, he came to our school, hoop with us. I was all over the cameras, bro. I was guarding him like 3 possessions. He just mink, 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 mink. I was like, damn.
He scored?
Yes, every time. Like I wasn't even there. That's the thing, bro. It was like I wasn't even there. I wasn't even guarding him.
How are you a defensive guy? Like, how is your defensive game?
Yeah, I was a defensive guy.
Oh,
So like that was
so you proud yourself on that, and then that nigga come in,
yeah.
meek, and just.
Nah, crazy, bro. I'm used to clamping dudes, like blocking shots, all that. Not dudes not getting by me. Like that's what I used to pride myself on, and then ding, ding, just
That make you think like,
easy.
nigga, am I really a defensive guy?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It have you questioning life, bro. Like, dang, is this really? It's crazy.
Okay, this is something I do want to also touch on. Somebody that is there anybody you would say is like one of like the coldest hoopers that never made the league? Rather if it's somebody you seen in high school, college, is like somebody that you personally seen that you was like, damn, this is a really good player. I'm surprised they never made the league.
Coldest hoopers that never made the league. Yeah, I mean, I got a few. They just kind of like hometown dudes. Nobody really knows, but I definitely got a few like in my mind. Yeah, for sure.
All
I'm trying to think of one that people actually like know. Yeah, I don't think I know any that people actually have heard of before though.
these all like Rancho Cucamonga guys.
Yeah, mostly Rancho dudes. Yeah.
Did you hoop against the rapper guy? His name. He was on a double XL freshman list. He was on a double XL freshman list, and he played with Lonzo Ball. What is his name? Hold on, double XL 2023. What is this dude name? His name is DC the Don.
Oh, DC the Don. Yeah, nah, I didn't hoop against him. I know who he is though. He got some bangers, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
nah, I
you
know
know
who
he
that
hooped.
is. Yeah, he was cold. He had bounce too, bro.
Yeah.
I seen him play. He was a few years younger though, so I think he played against my little bro. But
Gotcha,
yeah, he was solid. He had bounce.
gotcha. Wait, man, I appreciate you coming through. If there's any last words you guys say to the people watching, man, please let it be known.
Man, appreciate you, bro. This was a smooth interview. You had questions ready, bro. Everything was smooth. Good conversation, bro. Appreciate you having me.
Hey, I'm so out of shape. Usually I'm the nigga every time. I was just for example, I just interviewed Skilla Baby, and I was saying like I would watch him in basketball or whatever. Which
Yeah,
he's actually really good, so I probably won't. But there was a point in time where when I was in shape, I could play. So I'm not even finna try that with you and be like, oh, I'll watch you or whatever. But hey, man, one of these days, definitely will let her run 2-on-2 with you on my team, by the way.
yeah,
Not playing against you.
yeah.
Need you on my team. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna feel like how you was guarding Harden, where trying to guard you. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I can't guard this nigga. But
Nah, we could run that, bro. Hey, just be ready, cause I'm shoot. I'm pro ready still. So
hey,
be ready.
I seen you was playing that. What was it, the league or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey man, you had a crazy putback dunk. You nigga, I was like, what's this nigga mad at? Why he dunked? Why he dunked the ball so hard, bro? So I
That's
was
the
like, yeah,
pent up anger. That's the career anger, bro.
that's
How the
that.
career work.
I was like, that's that NBA young boy energy right there, bro. You're wildin'. But no, for everybody watching right now, I appreciate you guys. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play, and you guys holler at your boy.